multi-park rallies to see, how we can also work with you, so we can also enlighten people as well about this.
Right.
All right.
I assure you that whenever we are going to launch our coming number one at my own unit.
Okay, please let us know. PlusTvAfrica would like to be a part of that. All right. Thank you very much for taking out your time to watch and enjoy the show. I'm so sure you have learned some things from it today. Stay with us again, and we'll be on your screen next week. My name is Humino Ajefe.
For upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Booking November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on PlusTvAfrica.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.
Increase the reach of your events or business services. To advertise on Plus TV Africa, please call 0906 000 5719 or 0909 040 8408, or send an email to marketing@plustvafrica.com. Plus TV Africa. Big stories live here.
Very good afternoon. I am Emmanuel Olububokun. This is News Update. Now, ahead of the Edo State 2024 governorship election, the Deputy Governor, Philip Shuaibu, has made a formal announcement expressing his desire to compete for the People's Democratic Party ticket in the upcoming party primaries. Shuaibu made his declaration known in a televised announcement on Monday morning.
You did not just call me Mr. Constituency Project for nothing. In my time as a legislator, I delivered 49 constituency projects at the state level and 13 solid constituency projects within the short stint I had at the federal level. I fought the good fight for you, my people. Along the way, suffered humiliation, enjoyed many moments of victory, but I am thankful in all things. Have been bruised, but not crushed. Persecuted, but not abandoned. After all, I be original Edo son. 100% homeboy. This is why today I stand before you with great conviction and resolve, as I declare my intention to run for the office of the governor of Edo State under the platform of the People's Democratic Party in the upcoming 2024 election. And I am confident that with your support, we can take Edo State to even greater heights.
Now, still on the preparations for the Edo 2024 governorship election, the Labour Party governorship aspirant, Comrade Egose Ubu, has also scored Governor Gordon Mephiski-led government 25% of total performance in the past 7 years in office. Now, Egose made this announcement in an interview with our Sabah correspondent on Friday in the Benin City state capital. Now, Igbo, who said that Edo people are not enjoying the present leadership of Governor Gordon Obaseki, as his leadership system is neither transparent nor favorable to Edo people who are being overtaxed by government agencies across 18 local government area councils of the state. Now, Igbo promised to deliver good governance to people of Edo State and paying bursary to students of secondary and higher institutions across the state.
How well have this governor done? For me, if I want to score him, I will score him 25%, which is not a pass mark. You have not been able to affect the masses of the people. Our people are not enjoying governance in the state. They are overtaxed. You go to our market, you see the way they are suffering. Our agenda is simple. Education. We are going to make sure our Edo children get good education. Those in the higher institutions are going to enjoy bursary and scholarship, secondary and university from secondary to university level.
However, he noted that he understands the people's needs and also the pain and is prepared to set them free.
I understand what my people needs. I understand the plight and the cry of my people. We are going to develop agriculture, modern agriculture, transportation for our people. We are not going to import vehicles from Japan, Japanese-made vehicle or Chinese-made vehicle. We are going to our source here. Our market women, you see today, our market is an eyesore. Go to any market in Edo State. You will laugh. You see that our people are really suffering. There is no human being, man or woman, that will come to a market and see the environment is clean, that will not be happy to pay a stipend for what they are saying. You go to the market, it's smelling. My government, by the grace of God and our ancestors, is going to turn all those things around.
Now, our senior advocate of Nigeria, Obafemi Adewale, has appealed to all feuding parties in the current electoral conflict to remain calm, avoid eating up the policy, and also wait for the Supreme Court's decision on the Kano governorship election. Obafemi Adewale said this in Adokiti shortly after attending a colloquium organized in his honor by the Young Lawyers Forum of the NBA. He was reacting to the controversy generated by the certified copies of the Court of Appeal judgment. As he said, Nigeria's electoral system is not about laws, but about people who interpret the laws and decide the political atmosphere by the action. Adewale said that the 1999 Constitution has provisions for every situation the country finds herself.
What happened, what I've seen online, if it is correct, I'm waiting to hear what the Supreme Court will say about it. The court might say it's a typographical error, but it does not look like a typographical error to me. But the most important thing about our electoral system is that we must learn to put service over and above any other consideration. It's not about laws. The laws are there. It is the people who operate the laws that decide whether the people of the country will benefit from the provisions of those laws or not. It is not the law simplicity. People complain about our constitution, for instance. But we have been running this constitution since 1999. We've been having national assemblies since 1999. And people will still be telling us that this was put in place by a military. Well, how come since then they've not been able to change it? The truth of the matter is that it is not the constitution that is wrong. It is the people that are running it. And we need to learn that service with dignity, with integrity, pays more than going into public office to acquire money and not making any impact on the people.
Now, the Oba of Benin has called on all Nigerians to support the administration of President Bola Tinubu as well as live in peace with one another. The Oba spoke during a courtesy call on Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu at Lagos House Marina. He noted that the victory of Tinubu at the 2023 presidential poll showed that God ordained him to rule the country. Now, he noted or hampered on the need for peaceful coexistence in order to achieve a sustainable development in all areas of the nation's economy.
If Nigeria were to break up, it would be like Banana Republic. Nigeria is big because we are together. When they say the biggest country in Africa, because it's Nigeria, it's because the way we are. So it's good to remain like this, but iron out differences that we have. Everywhere they have differences. Let's iron out our own and remain the same, learn to live together. Learn to live together like one big family.
He also congratulated the governor on his re-election and commended the giant strides of the governor in Lagos and also charged him not to rest on his oars to achieve greater heights in his second term in office. Someone who realized the Oba of Benin for distinguishing himself among the traditionalists said his protection of culture and promotion of traditional values have earned him maximum respect across the country.
There was no need for always running to court and everything. I hope Nigeria will be able to come up with a system whereby issues will be resolved than dragging whenever general elections or presidential elections, are carried out. It's always dragging and things we were hearing, we were not happy about. Whether it's true, whether not true, but President, is my in-law. So thank you very much, and we thank God for your also successful election. We pray for you. We pray you be successful in tenure, your cabinet will do well for us.
I want to say to you, sir, that we are beginning to see some of his interventions. Just last week, we saw another quarter of GDP growth in the country, right? Where the GDP growth has improved from what it was the last 1 and 2 quarters. The third quarter looks very, very well, but we said to him that he still has to do a lot more. So we're believing that with him at the helm of affairs, and like you said, sir, he has clear sight to govern well, and I will believe that he will do a good job. For us here in Lagos, we're the shoulder and the neck of the country, and we'll continue to ensure that Lagos remain home.
And now move on to other parts of Africa. Sierra Leone's President Julius Maada Bio has announced on Sunday evening that calm has been restored after a day of armed clashes in Freetown, which he portrayed as an attempt to destabilize the state. Now, most of the perpetrators, according to him, have been arrested as they saw unknown assailants attempting to force their way into a military arsenal in Freetown, confronting security forces in various parts of the capital and freeing numerous prisoners from jail. Authorities have imposed a nationwide curfew until further notice, but most of the leaders are said to have been arrested and will be held accountable, according to Mr. Bao in a brief statement without providing further details.
Have been arrested. Security operations and investigations are ongoing. We will ensure that those responsible are held accountable through due process. In the early hours of this morning, there was a breach of security at the military barracks at Wilberforce in Freetown. Some individuals attacked the military armory and other locations in Freetown, including Pademba Road Correctional Center. I call on all political leaders, traditional leaders, civil society, and citizens across the region to continue working to preserve the peace of our nation.
Now, South Africa, Israel and Hamas have entered the planned final day of a 4-day ceasefire Monday, with expectations for Israel to release more Palestinian prisoners and Hamas to set free more hostages amid a push to extend the truce. Now, Hamas has indicated it will then extend the deal, while Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reiterated Sunday that Israel would welcome an extension that included Hamas releasing 10 more hostages per day. Now, the initial agreement, which went into effect after 6 weeks of war, included Hamas releasing 50 hostages, Israel freeing 150 Palestinian prisoners, and a pause in fighting. The United Nations said late Sunday a total of 39 Israelis, 117 Palestinians, and 19 foreign nationals had been released. The United States, Egypt, and Qatar are among those advocating for an extension after working to secure the 4-day ceasefire. And now on to business. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has indicated that the decline in crude oil output is the single most damaging factor that imperiled Nigeria's economy in recent time, which has transmitted shocks across various sectors of the economy while shaking public finance. Now, speaking over the weekend at the just concluded annual bankers dinner of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, CIBN, the CBN Governor, Olayemi Kadoso, also outlined a chain of impact that its output failure caused to both fiscal and monetary policies. He, however, indicated that his assignment and that of his fiscal policy colleagues was to tame the impact of this situation on the economy and the people. Now straight to entertainment. Former Big Brother Naija housemate and singer Groovy has called out South African singer Tyler over alleged intellectual property theft. The reality star TV star claimed that the snippet of Tyler's upcoming song Truth or Dare sampled his song On My Way. Now reposting the video of the snippet shared on X by Tyler, Groovy posted a video of his song On My Way, as Groovy stated that the South African singer did not take permission from him before allegedly sampling his song. Now here from entertainment and straight to sport. Rivers Hoopers, who at the weekend won the Nigeria Basketball League, has promised to put up a better outing at its second foray into the Basketball African League than they did in 2022. Now, Rivers Hoopers defeated Nigeria Customs by 77 to 57 points in the final game of the league, played on its court in Port Harcourt to earn the passage to Africa's biggest basketball championship in 2024. They ended the competition with an unbeaten record of 13 games as the results sparked immediate jubilations as the voracious vociferous home crowd, who had shown tremendous support for the Hoopers throughout the Final Four tournament, struggled to hold back their emotions. And that's the news update. For more stories, please follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at PlusTvAfrica and PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle. You can also view us from Limex on Limex.tv and Glow TV apps anywhere in the world. I am Emmanuel Olubobokun. Many thanks for watching.
Accompanied by dreams that seem so far away. Africa is one of the continents with the highest out-of-school percentage in education, and girls are at an early disadvantage. The sub-Saharan Africa records about 18 million out-of-school girls. This gender gap extends to the tech space with a projection of only a 33% global female workforce representation in tech firms for 2022. Let us help change the stories and numbers. Africa Agility's Project Train a Girl campaign is working to help train African girls in tech. You can donate as little as $2 or 2,000 Naira to help a girl in tech get her heels in the door. Visit www.africaagility.rallyup.com/PTAG.
I think the Lost Boys was crafted, I think, somewhere in Russia, if I recall it well, in history. Okay, and we had the same similarities, where almost more than 90% of the population that went to Panyundo were all boys, and they had one thing in common: running away from the danger. as the war began in 1983, and that war reaches almost the community in all South Sudan. And in 1987, I became one of the lost boys that was displaced by the war. When it reached, we were about 1,000 lost boys that left from the area. We had a trek until we reached Ethiopia in 1987. It was actually one of the first painful experience that I had because as a young boy, could be between 9 and 12 years old, because not knowing my exact age, we had a lot of problems on the way, and one of the problems was starvation, as you can imagine. Water was a big, and wild animals on the way. We left again in 92 until we reached a place called Nairus, which is very near to Kapoita. We stayed for a few months. Then UNHCR took us to Kakuma, and that where I was registered as a refugee in Kakuma in 1992. There was a refugee settlement that was meant only for lost boys, and that started in 1998. And I had my toughest decision that I had to make, because at that time it was about 10 years or 11 years not knowing where my relatives are, and I was thinking, do I have to take a decision to go to America where I don't know how our people, maybe are they all dead or what had happened? So I decided to go to America. And in 2001, on April 8th, I left Kakuma. Then I reached in Atlanta, Georgia, April 10th, 2001. And that decision was really a best decision that I ever made, because I was I've been writing a lot of RCM, the Red Cross messages, to my relatives, and there's no reply. From, I think I started in 94 until 2001. I couldn't get any reply at all. And I was thinking, maybe there's nobody that's alive. And therefore I decided, okay, I have to go to America. The life is different, food's different. And I remember when I was with my American friends, they have different foods. And also it was tough even for us to get enrolled into universities and colleges. When I hand $1, I have to find out my parents. And I happened to talk with my brother for the first time in 2004. I was relieved. I was totally relieved. And I could know who is dead, I could know who is alive, I could know, and I was relieved then. So after independence of South Sudan in 2011, I decided, I thought, we have a country that we can all build together. And then I came here. Then when the war, the crisis started in December 15, 2013, I had to be evacuated. And I remember they were telling me to go to Nairobi. I said, no, I'm not going to Nairobi. I will go to Ganyel. I think I was unemployed for about 7 months, 8 months. And then I finally get a job with ICRC in June of last year. We are doing a medical evacuation today leaving Ganyel to Nyal, which is north of here, about 25 minutes or 30 minutes flight. So unfortunately, some cattle raiders came and attacked a village and took cattle, about 110 cattle, head of cattle according to the local source. They have killed 2 people and wounded 4. Now we are going to evacuate a woman and a 3-year-old girl from Nyal because there is no good medical facility in Nyal, so we are evacuating them to Ganyel for a better treatment, operations, and then we'll also bring a caretaker together with that child.